A real pleasure to welcome to the round table today the CEO of the American Society of Radiologic Technologists.
Very good.
I did it.
You did it.
It is a mouthful.
Sal Martino is the CEO, and ASRT, better way to call it,
Absolutely.
is located here in Albuquerque and the 30th year. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
And 30 years. That's
Wow.
amazing.
Yeah.
What brought ASRT to Albuquerque, New Mexico?
Well, ASRT was founded in 1920, and we were originally based in Chicago, right on Michigan Avenue. And in the early 80s, if you remember that time, you probably don't, but Larry and I do, inflation, energy, energy costs, those kinds of things, they decided to move to a medium-sized city that would be a little bit more, less cost of doing business. So they looked at several cities, and the three finalists, by the way, were Austin, Nashville, and Albuquerque.
Okay.
And they chose Albuquerque. And the city at the time gave them what were called industrial development bonds and some tax abatements. And they bought a building, only 20,000 square feet at the time, on Central Avenue, just east of Tramway as you go down into the canyon a bit. You know, here we are 30 years later. We just put on this big expansion. We're now 80,000 square feet. We came here in 1983 with 8 employees and 15,000 members.
Wow.
Now we have 120 employees and 150,000 members.
Well, that's amazing.
Yeah, it is.
You yourself worked your way up in the organization itself, didn't you?
Yeah, I was, I'm originally a New Yorker, if you can't tell from the accent. I was Associate Dean of Academic Affairs at City University of New York. And then I came here after a 20-year career there to ASRT as the Director of Education, and then became the Chief Academic Officer and then CEO 5 years ago.
Wow. And ASRT is celebrating something big this year.
Our 30th anniversary, in Albuquerque, yeah.
And you just finished this big development.
Absolutely.
So tell us a little bit about that.
Well, you know, the expansion of the building really is first and foremost about our growth, so that we have more office space. And we also put in there, we had great architects and a great construction company, and all local. Put some creative workspaces for people to work in under a big atrium. It's a 4-story addition. We also put in a video recording studio similar to this, because we broadcast webinars, and we also produce online educational products for our members. But really the highlight is a 5,000 square foot museum that's going to chronicle the history of the radiologic technology profession, which is over 100 years old.
Well, if you ever need an anchor team for
It is, sure. Hey, why not?
You know where
as
to
long
call.
as you include me.
All right. Well, see, I'm feeling the chemistry
That's
here.
it, yeah.
This is good. Who belongs to ASRT? Who are these people?
They are all of the professionals that do medical imaging, the people that do x-rays, CAT scan, MR, mammography, nuclear medicine, ultrasound, all of those medical imaging exams. I mean, I'm sure you had an x-ray at some point in time in your life. Those are the professionals who do them.
And what does your organization provide those professionals?
Like every professional organization, we represent them in the state and federal legislative and regulatory area. We set standards, their scope of practice. We give them continuing education so that they can keep up with what is a rapidly changing technological field. I mean, just
I bet it is.
I mean, for example, a really good example to me is when they first started taking x-rays in the 1920s, they did them on glass plates, if you can imagine. And then through the 70s, 80s, an x-ray film. I'm sure everybody's seen an x-ray film on a medical show. Now it's all digital, just like the cameras. There's no more x-ray film.
Oh, they don't slap that big
plastic
plastic thing up on
it's on a TV screen, and instead of the doctor saying, you know, or the technologist giving you your x-ray and saying, you know, take it across town to the doctor, they say, go across town, and pulls it up on the screen, and it's all digital now, which is tremendous.
Oh,
yeah. And on that note, like, what do patients need to know about radiologic technologists and just, you know, any medical imaging innovations?
Sure.
So.
I think the most important thing the patients need to know is that these are highly skilled, well-educated professionals that not only take your exam, but they care a lot about the patients. Meaning, our mission, the mission of ASRT, is to advance the radiologic technology profession, medical imaging, and radiation therapy, but also to improve and enhance the quality of patient care. If you go in to have an X-ray, ask your technologist, explain this to me. What are you doing? What are the possible risks? What's my radiation dose? And they will try to keep that dose as low as possible to get the diagnostic images that they need. So you can really feel very confident that the person that's taking care of you is a thoroughly competent professional.
And on that note, real quick, is the radiation levels, is it as bad as it was 20 years ago, or has it steadily improved?
It has steadily improved, but with the advent of some of these more sophisticated machines like CAT scan, the dose on CAT scan is a little bit higher than a regular X-ray, but the technologist can bring that dose down. And ASRT is part of an international effort called Image Gently, which entire mission worldwide is to reduce the radiation dose for pediatric imaging. So there's a website, Image Gently, also, and you can find things out about it on our website, asrt.org. We are committed as technologists to protect patients, but at the same time, get them the diagnostic information that they need so they can be treated.
Yeah.
The CAT scan machines, the MRI machines, they're changing so quickly. Now you can get an MRI standing up.
Yeah, it's amazing, the technology.
Are the size of those machines going to shrink, do you think?
I think so. I just think that very interesting aside to this is that I think it was Science Magazine a while back said what was the most significant scientific discovery in the last 100 years. And what would come to mind perhaps is the internet or the computer or the automobile for that matter. But they said the discovery of the X-ray. The reason being that before X-rays, to see inside the body, they had to cut you open. Exploratory.
Yes.
And when the X-rays came, it revolutionized medicine in that you could see what was going on and what was wrong inside the body without being invasive. But the machinery has just gone, now they have 3D reconstruction where you're looking at, they're starting to experiment with holograms. If you ever saw the original ultrasound of a fetus, 20 years ago, you go, is that really a baby?
Yeah.
Now you see the baby and it is turning all around and it's in color.
Wow.
And it's just getting more advanced every day.
And are there any new current initiatives or things like that happening that we can look forward to?
I just think that the radiation dose is trying to be reduced. The quality of the images is being enhanced. Like I say, holograms, 3D reconstruction, color, watching the blood go through the heart, the brain.
Oh, wow.
All of it. It's almost, like Star Wars in a way. You were mentioning that, where it's just these incredibly technological advancements that our technologists have to keep up with, and that's what I mean. That's why the continuing education we give them to keep them up to date on all this stuff is very important to their membership.
Well, let's jump back in the time machine. I'm going to show the building that the place started in. We're going to show that on the screen here, the original location here of ASRT. And, well, that's not the building. Let's see if we can find it. Okay, well, maybe we can't.
No, there it is there.
Well, it's kind of, there it is.
There we go.
And the building's in the canyon, and the new building is in the canyon.
That looks nothing like it.
Yeah.
No,
That's fantastic.
Not at all. It's pretty amazing.
Look at the snow up there.
Let's see,
Yeah.
there
All right,
we go.
here's the new facility.
New and improved.
Fantastic.
And the reason we say American Society of Radiologic Technologists on top is that they are radiologic technologists, but for some reason in the American vernacular, people still say X-ray technicians. And they are not technicians. That name was changed 40, 50 years ago. Right. Technicians are, people who press buttons or whatever. These are highly college-educated individuals who are technologists, not technicians.
And you mentioned there was a museum here. Is that open to the public, or
not
how does
yet.
that work?
We just finished the building,
Okay.
as you could see, and now we have this 5,000 square feet of space, and we will spend the next 2 years putting this museum together.
Okay.
It won't be open to the general public per se. It'll be open for our members and other people to come, but we are going to open it up to the community. For example, school children, they can bring classes there. We're going to be able to let the community hold events there. But the idea of having the public coming in and out of our workspace would be a little bit different.
We have about a minute left.
Sure.
You're providing a lot of jobs locally. How many people work there?
Absolutely, 120 people, and one of the things that's really nice about it is the local talent in Albuquerque. Most associations are based in Washington, so people kind of go from association to association. You know, we just hired a chief information officer locally, director of communications, Kathy Schrader, who I think you might know, worked for New Mexico Business Weekly. We hired her as director of communications, so the talent pool here is terrific, and we're really happy here.